Have you ever walked down your street and wondered why some plants look so happy? Why does your neighbor's rosebush have big, beautiful flowers, but the one down the block looks a little sad? It's a great question. Our city is like a giant, sprawling garden. It's filled with trees, flowers, and vegetable patches, but not every plant can grow everywhere. There's a secret code that determines which plants will thrive and which ones will struggle. It's like a puzzle, and today, we're going to become plant detectives to solve it. You might see tough green weeds poking through cracks in the sidewalk. Those plants are survivors. They can handle the city's unique challenges. Then you might see a carefully planted flower bed in a park, bursting with color. The clues are all around us, from the tallest trees to the smallest sprouts. Each plant has a story to tell about what it needs to grow strong. It's not magic, it's science. First up, let's talk about the weather. The climate in our city is a huge boss that tells plants what to do. Think about our year. We have months that are super sunny and hot, and other months that are cooler and maybe a little wetter. For example, during hot months like July and August, plants that love heat like sunflowers and zinnias grow tall and strong. They turn their faces to the sun and soak up all that powerful energy to make their food. Now let's think about water. Rain is like a free drink for every plant in the city. When we have rainy months, like we often do in the spring, everything turns bright green. The grass grows fast and flowers start to pop up everywhere. The changing seasons create a rhythm for our city's plants. In the cooler months, some plants take a nap. Then, when spring arrives with its warmer temperatures and gentle rains, it's like an alarm clock goes off. So, the climate is like a recipe book for our city's garden. Our local weather provides the main ingredients: a certain amount of sun, a specific temperature range, and a pattern of rainfall. Plants that have adapted to this exact recipe will succeed with very little help. Okay, we've looked up at the sky. Now let's look down at the ground. The soil beneath our feet is more than just dirt. It's a plant's home and its dinner plate all in one. The type of soil in our city can be very different from one neighborhood to the next. One of the most important things about soil is something scientists call pH. That's just a fancy way of measuring if the soil is acidic, neutral, or alkaline. Think of it like a flavor. Some plants love sour-tasting soil, which is acidic, while others prefer a more sweet-tasting soil, which is alkaline. Why does this pH level matter so much? It all comes down to food. The nutrients that plants need to eat, like nitrogen and phosphorus, are locked up in the soil. The soil's pH level acts like a key. If the pH is wrong for a certain plant, it can't unlock those nutrients, even if they are right there in the dirt. Besides its pH, the texture of the soil is also super important. Is the soil in your yard sandy, with big particles that let water drain away quickly? Or is it heavy clay, with tiny particles that hold onto water for a long time? Or is it a perfect, crumbly mix called loam? You can be a soil scientist right in your own backyard. Just grab a handful of damp soil and squeeze it. Knowing your soil's texture and getting a simple test kit to check its pH are two of the biggest secrets you can unlock. Nature provides the sun and the soil, but people are a huge part of the story too. We are like the support crew for the plants in our city. We have developed all sorts of amazing tools and tricks to help plants grow, even when the conditions aren't perfect. One awesome tool is called shade cloth. Imagine our hot August sun. It's great for sun-loving plants, but it can be way too intense for others, like lettuce or some delicate flowers. So what do? We put up a big piece of special fabric called shade cloth over them. It's like giving the plants their own personal beach umbrella. Another super tool is the raised garden bed. Sometimes the soil in our city isn't very good. Instead of trying to fix a huge patch of ground, we can build a box and fill it with perfect soil that we buy from a store. This gives plant roots a soft, nutrient-rich place to grow. And what about water? We can't make it rain, but we can invent our own rain. This is called irrigation. We use watering cans, sprinklers, or even clever soaker hoses that drip water slowly, right at the base of the plant. This is especially important for plants that produce fruit, like tomatoes. So, what have we learned on our plant detective adventure? We've discovered that there isn't just one single secret to a successful city plant. Instead, It's a combination, a secret formula of what nature provides and what people do to help. It's a partnership. Let's think about one specific plant, like a tomato plant in a community garden. Its success starts with our climate. The tomato plant absolutely loves the long, sunny and warm days of our summer. Our climate gives it the heat and light energy it needs to grow big and produce fruit. This is where the human touch completes the formula. The gardener who planted the tomato likely put it in a raised bed filled with rich, loamy soil. They probably check the soil moisture and use a watering can during that hot, dry week in August. They might even add some special plant food to make sure the pH is just right. By understanding the climate and soil, and then using tools to help, the gardener turns a challenging situation into a perfect home for that tomato plant. It's this combination of nature's rules and human action that unlocks the ultimate secret to a thriving city garden.